If you're a content creator, coach, consultant, career professional, we're living in an era right now where putting yourself out there is not only essential for advancing your career and brand and business, but you can actually make a lot of money. And in this live masterclass, you are going to learn exactly what I do to get paid brand deals and how you can leverage it too. This show is a monster. You don't want to miss this. So come on back. Welcome everybody to another episode of Nez Nation Live. Thank you so much for being here. Replay viewers and those of you listening on the podcast, you're going to get a ton of value from this show. We have so much to talk about: how to get paid brand deals, how I do it, how I did it before I hit 10,000 subscribers. This is going to be the most powerful show I believe I've probably done in a really, really long time, because you're going to get so much value. Make sure you stick around because this is still a live Q&A. I am going to take your questions. So there is a pinned questionnaire form in the comments. Podcast listeners, replay viewers, I would love for you to be here live, but I understand if you can't make it. But there is still in the show notes and in the description, as you're watching this, that questionnaire form is still pinned there. So you can always leave your question in there, and first come, first serve, we answer. And I'm telling you right now, you want to stick around. You want to stick around until the end of this video, the end of this stream, because I guarantee you, with this awesome Nez Nation audience, I guarantee you, you're going to get answers to questions you never even knew you had. I promise you. Masterclass, brand deals, holy macadamia nut. Come on in. Welcome. It's so good to see you guys. Make sure you share this out. Share it on Twitter, share it on your community tab, share it everywhere you can, because sharing is caring. Before we get into this awesome masterclass, I have to talk about a few things. Number one, I've said this, on last week's show, and I'm going to say it again. We have got some amazing things cooking for you guys here at Nez Nation Live. If you're new and you're just joining and you're like, who is this guy? Who's this schmuck? I get it. If you're new, if you're looking to grow your impact and your income online, which is where everything's happening right now, if you're trying to leverage this thing called the creator economy, looking to advance your career, maybe even start a side hustle, start some kind of extra, in these precarious, highly, inflationary times that we're living in, where, there's all sorts of question marks. It's almost mandatory that you have more than one stream of revenue. And it's never been more practical. It's never been more accessible in this creator economy than right now. And it's a lot of fun too. It's actually a lot of fun. If you get over the mindset and the overwhelm, it's actually a ton of fun. So make sure you become a Nez Nation insider. Go to professornez.com/insider. It's a 2-3 questionnaire form. That way you'll never miss another broadcast. All the best information, news, and content on how you can earn more, grow faster, and stress a whole lot less. Easy, step by step. We simplify the internet. We simplify the online ecosystem. Also, I get your emails, and we're talking about brand deals here today. We're going to jump into the content very, very soon. And I'm going to take your questions at the end. So please leave your questions in that pinned questionnaire form. But what I was going to say was, I get your emails, I get your questions all the time. And if you want to start making money with your content, one thing that's absolutely essential is you've got to create content, right? And so I get your questions all the time. Nez, what do you use? What do I need? Do I need to spend exorbitant amounts of money? Do I need to spend thousands of dollars on camera, lighting, audio, streaming software, content software, gimbals? What do I need? Go right now. If you're watching this on Amazon Live, I've got a product carousel there. Those are all products that I vouch for personally, that I've used, that I've implemented, that I still use, and also that I vouch for. Go to amazon.com/shop/Professor Nez. Everything is there for you. Full disclosure, if you do purchase any of those products, I do get a small commission, but guess what? It doesn't cost you anything extra at all. So it's a win-win. You're supporting, you're getting something that you need, a solution to your problem. What camera, what lighting, what audio, what smartphone accessories, what should I take with me when I go on the road? What are some softwares? You're going to get all of that. It doesn't cost you 1 penny extra, and you support the channel. It's a win-win. So Amazon Live, you're going to see that carousel. Right now, I've got our podcast on Amazon Music that you got to subscribe to, you got to follow, because we're bringing you brain-busting content, helping you grow your impact and income online. Go check that out. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. So good to see you, Anthony. George in the house. The best mods in the business. We've got, Tasha is in the house. Good to see you, Tasha. Sweeney, how are you? Mr. Camera Junkie, Lewis. Awesome to see you guys. Please make sure you smash that smash button. And I would love it if you could share this out, because sharing is caring. We really, really appreciate it. And stick around. Stick around. Mods, I want you to remind me. We're talking giveaways. We're talking like thousands of dollars in value in giveaways and prizes. Yeah. See, when you come to a Nez Nation Live, you don't just get brain-busting content to help you earn more, grow faster in this creator economy. You're also going to get some cool stuff for free. So make sure you stick around. I'm getting so excited. I love seeing you guys every single week. It's so exciting to see you guys. Okay, how do you get paid brand deals in 2022? Sharkfin Tech, yes, in the house. Good to see you. Great to see you, Sharkfin Tech. Always a pleasure. Welcome. Come on in. Share this out if you don't mind. I'd really, really appreciate it. Okay, who wants to hear how to get brand deals in 2022? This is who this is for. I'm going to talk about who this is for. If you're a content creator, if you're a coach, a consultant, if you're somebody who's looking for a job, if you're somebody who's looking to advance your career, if you're somebody who's looking to sell any product or service online, this is going to help, because we're going to talk about audience development. We're going to talk about pitching. We're going to talk about how to communicate, what to do first, how to negotiate, the art of negotiation, so you don't get the short end of the stick on these contracts, on these deals. We're going to talk about where do you go to find these places? How do you go about reaching out? The title of this stream, the title of this video is The Blue Collar Way. Let me explain that really fast. Why do I call this the blue collar way of getting brand deals? Look, I know that most of you guys watching right now, probably there's a majority of you that don't have 10,000 plus subscribers or 100,000 plus followers across all social channels. Maybe email lists are not super large. Now, even though we've got a pretty awesome Nez Nation audience, I'm just kind of making this more, I think even bigger channels and bigger platforms and bigger brands need to do this as well, bigger content creators. But I'm assuming most of you guys are newer. And when I say newer, maybe less than 18 months or 18 months and less, or maybe even 24 months and less. And maybe you've never even started and you're thinking about starting and you want to start today, or you're not sure if you should start. This masterclass on getting paid brand deals is for you. It's going to take you beyond in 2022. It's going to take you beyond 2022. If you're watching this in 2022, this still applies, because three things never change. You need to know who you are. You need to value yourself. You need to know who you're communicating. You need to literally dive inside the cranium of your audience. So if you're a content creator, if you're a coach, a consultant, or somebody who's looking to get hired, the first thing you need to understand is that nobody cares about you. If you're going to reach out to people, if you're going to go try to get hired, you need to be a number one ace at solving problems for them specifically. When I say nobody cares about you, I'm not trying to be remorseful or what was the right word I was using? Not remorseful, wrong word. What I'm trying, morose. I'm not trying to be morose, but what I'm saying is that it really starts with that. So we're going to talk over high level concepts, more kind of macro, and then you want to stick around because we're going to get into nitty gritty details. I'm going to share with you exactly how to this day I get brand deals, paid sponsorships, companies giving you money for you creating content with them, partnering with them, and becoming integrated with them. So the first thing, so this is for everybody. If you want to learn how to pitch, it really comes down to communication. So the first thing that I want to talk about, if you're ready for this, give me a hashtag yeah in the chat. And by the way, we're still going to answer your questions. I'm still going to answer your questions. Leave those questions in the pinned questionnaire form. It's just a simple questionnaire form. It takes you 2 seconds. Leave those questions in the questionnaire form. We're going to get to them later. So I want to first start with this, the blue collar way. And why I titled it Blue Collar Way is because once you pass a certain threshold, I'm seeing a lot of yeahs, good. Once you pass a certain level of your channel, and you're going to get there, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of grinding. There's a lot of unsexy nuances and aspects of being a content creator, being somebody who can accrue a large audience and build your brand and build your equity. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of hard work. You have to understand that. But once you get to a certain threshold, you're going to have a lot of these brands reach out to you. And so the reason I call this the blue collar way is because we're not going to wait for that. We're not going to wait for that. And even though I get tons of emails from companies and brands saying they want to work with me, I still use this methodology. I still go after it. You have to go after it, guys. This is not just a sit back, spray and pray mentality. You've got an amazing resume, amazing LinkedIn profile. You're building content out on your website, or maybe you've got a resume blog or what have you. You can't just, I say this to my clients all the time, you can't just sit back and hope they're going to reach out to you. Don't ever forget this. This is the art of communication. This is the art of negotiation. Don't ever forget this. The fortune is in the follow-up. You have to be proactive. Look, these brands, these companies, they get hundreds, if not thousands, of requests to work with them. And so you can't just sit back and say, well, I've got this audience. I'm creating content. Where are the brands? Where are the sponsorships? Where are the companies that want to work with me? It doesn't work that way. You have to go out after it. How you doing, Eduardo? Good to see you. Make sure you share this out. Make sure you hit that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know where you're joining from. Let me know if you have questions. Leave a question in the pinned questionnaire form on YouTube. On LinkedIn, you can leave it in the chat if I don't have it there. Amazon, you as well. Welcome, Amazon Live. And don't forget, I've got this carousel of all the products that I specifically use and that I vouch for, and they're budget friendly. They don't break the bank. If you're wondering, or if you're just joining us, where do I go? Go right here, amazon.com/shop/Professor Nez. So you have to go after it, okay? It's very, very important that you go after it. And here's the first thing I want to start with. You can start with zero. You can start right now. High-level concepts. You guys, you need to understand something. More than just understanding the audience, more than just understanding the language that brands and organizations speak so you can convey a powerful message to them. You need to understand the landscape. You need to understand the creator economy. You need to understand where everything is headed. COVID has essentially accelerated the inevitable. What's the inevitable? It's all happening where what we're doing right now, it's all happening here. It's all happening in the online ecosystem. Advertisers, okay, if you want to get paid brand deals, you have to understand this. Advertisers are slowly but surely, we're seeing an influx of advertisers and companies finally realizing, my God, we need to take advantage of influencers. My God, we're leaving so much money on the table. Why are we creating a commercial on NBC that nobody's going to click through it, or they're going to go on their phone as soon as a commercial comes, or they have ad-free blockers on their streaming platforms? They are finally realizing that they're wasting billions of dollars, not millions, billions of dollars, advertising on radio, print, and television. This should have been happening 10 years ago, but it's slowly but surely these brands are coming around, and we're seeing billions, not millions, billions of dollars start to come in. Even bigger than that is you've got to also understand that brands are finally realizing if we just do a Facebook advertisement or an Instagram ad directly to the platform, or a YouTube pre-roll ad, and don't get me wrong, they work, but most of the times people swipe up or they skip. They're realizing that they're not getting the kind of ROI perhaps that they should be getting if they worked with a trusted creator, a trusted personal brand that has an audience that trusts them. And so I want to give you the sort of big picture. Then we're going to get into micro details. And leave your questions too. I want to answer all of them. This is a master class on how to get paid real money starting with zero. So if you're a content creator on LinkedIn, if you're a content creator on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you're in the premier elite of the attention gaining entities. You're in the right area. You're in the most powerful media conglomerates on planet Earth right now. It's not NBC, y'all. It's not CNN, y'all. It's not KFI, y'all. It's not KABC. It's not the Los Angeles Times. It's not Vogue magazine. I mean, I don't know anybody who reads magazines or has subscriptions to newspapers unless you're, I just don't see that. If anything, it's completely minimized. It's completely reduced significantly. So this is a high-level concept, but I have to tell you this. You need to know your worth before you even enter the marketplace of trying to get brand deals, of trying to reach out the blue collar way. You see this? I got a blue collar shirt on. I'm all jazzed up, y'all, to give you the best information on planet Earth. Hit that like button, share this out. Let me know if you're feeling me by giving me a hashtag yeah. I love you guys, Nez Nation. I love doing this. Amazon Live, great to see you. You've got to understand, you're creating value. You're building an audience on the most prized real estate on the entire internet. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram. Those are the pillars, y'all. Those are the pillars. And if you actually build and grow a thriving audience, holy macadamia nut, the sky's the limit. I want to say this to you guys. The only thing stopping you from getting brand deals, write this down. Everybody get a pen right now and write this down. The only thing stopping you from getting brand deals is your own self-limiting beliefs. Period. The only thing stopping you from getting anything in this thing called LIFE is your own self-limiting beliefs. The dude inside your head whose favorite word is "you suck." How dare you? Who are you to try to get brand deals? Who are you to try to reach out to these companies? That's the only thing stopping you. Because there's one thing I know that is capital T true, okay? I run a consulting business. I have a media empire. I'm running multiple channels on multiple platforms. I've got tons of revenue sources, including affiliate marketing, including product sales, service sales, digital and physical. I am a media empire, and you need to start thinking of yourself as a business and know your worth, know your value. And there's one thing that I know that is capital T true. Computer pal, Antoine, good to see you. Welcome. It's great to see you. There's one thing I know that is capital T true. People don't buy or hire your accolades, your accomplishments, your degrees, your pieces of paper, your certificates. Everybody has those. What makes you close and really differentiates you, what people really opt into, buy, and hire is your energy. And if you don't believe in yourself, and if you don't value yourself, the brands, the companies, the organizations aren't going to value yourselves. Case in point, I had a client. Hey, Nez. So I talked to this brand. They want to give me $300 for 2 videos, okay, that they wanted to create for their channel. Now, some of you might be saying, holy mackerel, I'll take $300 for doing videos I'd probably otherwise do for free. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, $300 is a lot of money. That's fantastic. This is where it gets interesting. I told my client, I said, go back to them and say that you can't do it less than 700. And they were a little bit like, Naz, what are you kidding me? Like $700? Like, I only have 200 subscribers. I only have 100 subscribers. I only have, 10 followers on LinkedIn. I have barely any followers on Instagram. Are you sure? What if they say no and they say, screw you? I said, go back and tell them you won't do it less for 700. I promise you, they won't say, get out of here. They'll probably come back at somewhere in the middle, if anything. I promise you. I said, I promise you. If they don't, I'll give you the $300. Don't worry about it. So they reluctantly agreed. They reluctantly accepted my advice. They went back and they said, I can't do it less than 750. The company came back and said, how about 500? Boom. She just made $200 by valuing herself. That's a very small example. I'm not saying you should follow that exact example because I think you guys, even with 0 subscribers, even if you're just starting out creating content, you're just building your business, you're just building your brand, $750 is beneath you. You're worth more than that. These brands, these companies have tons of marketing cap and budget, okay? And so you have to understand that you're building an audience on the top platforms, the top attention gaining websites on planet Earth. You are worth a ton. You have to understand this. People would die to get in front of a YouTube audience. People would die to get in front of a thriving, targeted, very specific audience. So high-level concepts right now. Who's with me? Give me a hashtag yeah. Give me a thumbs up right now in the chat. Who's with me? Give me a thumbs up. I'm loving this. Don't ever forget this. I'm going to get more into negotiation later. When you're negotiating, the thrills of going live, anything can happen. You can stumble, mumble, and fumble. It's okay. When it comes to negotiation, and I have a video on my channel, maybe one of the mods can put it in the chat, salary negotiation, which actually has a lot to do with brand negotiation as well. Always start high. Whatever you think you're worth, double it. I know it sounds crazy. Well, Nez, what if I think I'm worth $2,000? Double it. What's the worst that's going to happen? The worst that's going to happen is they're going to say, you know what? Screw you. You know how many brands and companies and businesses are out there that are dying to get in front of your audience, that are dying to work with a creator and just say they have a YouTube presence, just say they have a Facebook presence, they have a video on Facebook Watch, they have a video on Instagram Reels, they have a video on TikTok. Are you kidding me? Imad, good to see you. Imad is in the house. Seti is in the house. Seti, I'm sure you got a lot to say about this. Seti has a very thriving audience. He does flipped classroom tutorials, education. He's got a huge presence on YouTube and probably other platforms too. Know your worth. Start high. Why? It's a lot easier to negotiate down than it is up. Trust me on this. It's a lot easier to negotiate down than it is up. If you, and think of it this way, if you say, I'll do it for 500, okay, if you give them a price, we're going to talk about how to phrase it. What's the right kind of way to put it into words or put it in writing? We're going to talk about that in a second. But high level concepts, we need to understand what you're worth to the marketplace. You're worth a ton, especially if you're consistent and you're a hard worker and you're committed to building a business online, which, by the way, being a content creator is a business. You've also got this thing. If you have all those things, this is not where you're going to stay forever. You're not going to stay at 50 subs. You're not going to stay at 20 subs. You're not going to stay at 242 subs. Your graph line is going like this. If you're working hard, if you're committed, if you're putting in the time and energy of understanding who your audience is, your graph should look like this. You're going to have ups and downs, of course, but long-term, big picture, your graph should go like this. So know your worth. Angie's in the house. Yes, speaking of knowing her worth, I love it. Grow with Angie's in the house. Seti's in the house. Come on in. Make sure you share this out because y'all know sharing is caring, right? Know your worth, okay? These brands, these businesses have a ton of money. You're creating amazing content, building an audience on the top platforms on planet Earth. TikTok is changing people's lives. YouTube is changing people's lives. Facebook and Instagram is changing people's lives. This guy, Kabi Lame on TikTok, this guy went from like rags to riches just by creating amazing content. And he's got I think he's the second most followed account on TikTok. Kabi Lame. He doesn't even say a word. He's silent in all his videos. But he's got brand deals with Netflix. I mean, I don't even think this guy's 18 years old. He's got brand deals with Netflix. This is where it's all happening. And by the way, guys, did you know, YouTube, Facebook, all those things aside, Disney Plus, Apple Plus, right? Peacock, obviously Netflix has been around for a while, but why do you think all these, here's more kind of credibility as to why online is taking over. Why do you think all these companies are opening up and starting streaming services? HBO Max. And by the way, these companies haven't even been around for longer than a couple of years. We're just at the beginning of this, y'all. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Once these companies and brands fully embrace, which it's really happening, I would say right now, it's right about 70-75% and growing, okay? Because there are still some brands that are like, no, we don't do YouTube. There are still some companies that are like, no, we don't believe in YouTube. We don't believe in that, which is crazy to me, which is crazy. And you don't have to worry about those people, but they're all going to come around because they're all missing the boat. The opportunity is rife right now. Know your worth. Know your value. You are worth so much to these companies. Because here's another thing too. If you create a video and you only accept a couple $100 for a video or for a paid brand deal just to get money and just to get that quick fix, you should always think long-term as a business owner. Content creator is a business owner. You should always think long-term, okay? But if you just take that $300 and you don't take into account that video is going to live on your channel, if you don't unlist it, if you don't delete it, they're going to have that presence for eternity, in perpetuity. And that video may not pop right out the gate, but it could, explode in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. And you accepted $300 when you could have gotten $3,000. Eduardo says, I am like brand new to this. My specialty is education. How do I start? I mean, how do I get the attention of YouTube and others? I do have passion though. Eduardo, stick around. Stick around. As a matter of fact, Eduardo, come over to YouTube. I want you to put that question in the questionnaire form. I'm going to come back to this, I promise. But I want to get through this. How to get brand deals in 2022, the blue collar way. I'm going to share with you exactly how I do it. Okay? So that's kind of high level. Know your worth. Know where you are. Now, let's get into the details. Where do I start, Nez? Where do I go to reach out to these companies? What do I need? I don't even have any subscribers. I've got 0 subscribers. I've barely just started. Don't I have to wait till I have at least a couple thousand, 5,000, 10,000? No, you need to start right now. And I want to tell you this, you're going to hear the word no a lot. And I like that. That is a good thing. What, Nez? Hey, Nez, I thought you were going to teach me how to get brand deals. What are you talking about? No is a good thing. Yes, no is a good thing. I'm going to go ahead and make the presumption that maybe most of you guys, if you're watching this video or listening to this, have very little experience talking with brands, or maybe you have experience, but you understand that you could always get better. Starting right now, and there's so many ways to do this other than, when I say getting paid is not just a cash transaction or a wire transaction or a contractual transaction where currency is involved. Sometimes a paid brand deal can involve you doing a review of a product and getting that product for free. That's still, look, $1 saved is $1 earned. If you don't have to spend the money to buy that product or service or whatever, and you need to create content on your channel anyway, and you reach out to that brand and say, hey, if you send me the product, I'll do a free review for you. That's actually getting a paid brand deal because you didn't have to spend the money to get that product. Okay? Does that make sense, you guys? It's very, very important. And so why I say hearing no is a good thing is because if you wait till you have 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 followers, subscribers, whatever, you have a real steep learning curve to go through. But if you start now, if you start engaging in those conversations, if you start reaching out the blue collar way, not just sitting back and praying that these brands reach out to you, but actually being proactive and going out there and going after it, hearing no, okay, if you have the right mindset, hearing no doesn't necessarily have to mean no. Maybe hearing no means not at this time. Or even bigger, and never mind or, and even bigger than that. What's the worst that could happen? They say no. The upside is ginormous. What if they say, you know what? I like your vibe. I like your energy. And you know what? We got an extra $10,000 in our marketing budget before Q1 of 2023. You know what? I'd love to partner with you. I could do something like that with you. What's the downside? And look, I know rejection is not a fun thing. I know rejection can actually hurt your confidence. I understand that. It does take tough skin. It does take a thick skin. It does take persistence. It does take, vigilance. It really does. And I'm telling you right now, if you have the right mindset, no is not necessarily no. Starting to engage in those conversations, just like anything in life, you're building the art of communication and negotiation muscle memory. You're gaining valuable experience that I don't care how many negotiation courses you buy, I don't care how many business universities you attend, you'll never get the same as actually being in a room, actually being on a phone call, actually being on a Zoom call with a real brand manager, social media coordinator, or company, organization, what have you. Hearing no is a good thing because you're building your muscle memory. You're building valuable skills. You're going to learn by osmosis. Experience is the greatest teacher on planet Earth. Experience is the greatest professor on planet Earth. And you need to get those reps. You need to build that muscle. Does that make sense? Give me a hashtag yeah. If that makes sense, give me a hashtag yeah. Angie says, I had a company that would send product, but then wanted my video file. I said no. And they said, we can change the agreement. Know your worth. Love it. I'm so glad you're here, Angie. You have no idea. Flip Classroom says, Seti, my niche is educational. It's a mixed bag between companies, spread between companies who have the funds and other created by educator for educators. I love it. My approach is integrity is more important than fast cash. Yes. I will happily work with brands and companies I believe in. What to send something? Go ahead. But does that mean a video? Nope, not unless I love it. Very good. Very good. I love that. That's fantastic. Elizabeth Fisher. So great to see you, Elizabeth Fisher, on LinkedIn. It's great to have you here. Please share this out if you don't mind. I would love it if you could smash that like button. Share this out. Amazon Live, great to see you guys. Make sure you check out these awesome products that you can start growing and building your brand, start growing and creating content, okay? And, not break the bank. So check out those products on the carousel. Those are all products that I absolutely believe in. Flash fam in the house. Dr. Ed Marvin is in the house. Good to see you, Dr. Ed. I'm sure Dr. Ed Marvin knows a lot about brand deals. So start the conversation now. Start the conversation now. You never know what can happen if you just ask. If you're not afraid to hear no. The most powerful tool you have in your tool belt when it comes to getting paid brand deals is your ability to ask, your ability to follow up, your ability to communicate, your ability to engage. You never know what can happen. Now, when you reach out, okay, and hearing no, like I said, hearing no is not a bad thing. When you reach out, the part 2 of this sort of micro section, the real nitty gritty, when you reach out to companies, okay, you need to understand the language. This is audience development. Same thing when you go for an interview. Same thing when you're trying to build an audience with your content. You need to know what makes them tick. Okay, I always do this with my clients, no matter if it's building a brand on LinkedIn, on YouTube, a business, advancing your career. It starts with these 3 concepts. Number 1, you need to know your purpose, your value, your worth. Number 2, you need to really know your audience. I mean, dive into the chest of who these people are, what makes them tick, what are their interests, what is going to serve them. And then you need to craft a very compelling message. I'm going to share with you an actual email that I send to brands. And it's not even something like an actual document I'm going to share with you. Just listen, and I promise you it's going to be more simple and simplified. You see, we tend to complicate these things, guys. Human beings complicate everything. Never mind brand deals, never mind business, never mind content creation. We complicate life. It's really not complicated. These brands are human beings. If you understand human beings, you'll get paid a lot faster. I promise you. And so when you understand the language and you understand what these brands want, that makes it a lot more clear and a lot easier to figure out how to communicate to them. Okay? Because if you say, hey, I have a YouTube channel, want to sponsor me? What do you think the answer is going to be to that? Hey, I've got a LinkedIn following. I'm a LinkedIn influencer. Hey, I'm a LinkedIn influencer. You want to work with me? You want to pay me? What do you think the answer to that is? Hey, I've got Instagram posts. I've got an Instagram page that you should, I'm really good at what I do. I'm a great Instagram TikToker. I create amazing videos on TikTok. I'm amazing. Want to work with me? What do you think the answer to that is going to be? Somebody tell me in the comments. What do you think the answer to that request will be? I would love to hear from you. Good to see you, Ahmad. Fantastic. It's so good to see you, Dr. Ed. Make sure you smash that smash button and share this out, y'all. Do you love the brand? Do you believe in it even if they didn't pay you for them? What do you bring to them? Why are you of interest? What is the why? Always start with the why. I love it. I love that. Very good, Seti. I want to leave that up for a second. So we haven't really talked about, where do you go to find these brands, who to reach out to, how to reach out to them. We're still talking about understanding the language and what you need to even understand before you even reach out to them, which is you need to know what they want. Exactly what Seti just said. What value do you bring to them? What problem can you solve? Brands want one thing. They want ROI. More often than not, you're going to work with somebody who's not the chief marketing officer, but somebody who answers to somebody at that level. So you're going to be working with the strategic partnership manager, social media manager, marketing director, or social media coordinator, what have you, okay? They need to answer, okay? They need to answer to their boss. And so what they need to answer to their boss is, why are we spending money here, okay? Would it be better to spend that money somewhere else where we would be more profitable? You got to understand, these are all businesses. These are all companies. They really only care about one thing, which is ROI. They want a return on their investment. Okay? Thinking that, I said earlier, know your worth, know your value. You're on these amazing entities. You're on these amazing platforms. Absolutely. That's true. And that's fantastic. But it doesn't end there. That's just the beginning. It doesn't end there. You need to know the psychology. We're all amateur psychologists. As a matter of fact, I would argue, being a great business owner, content creator, marketer, etc., we know more about the psychology. We're in the human behavior business. We're in the human psychology business. We are trying to understand what these people need and want and how we can provide that for them. And that's the same thing for interviewing. It's the same thing for job hunting. It's the same thing for getting customers, lead gen, okay? Accruing client acquisition. It's the same thing for building an audience as a content creator. It's the same thing for getting paid brand deals. Huge. Absolutely huge. Hey, good to see you, Marie, on Amazon Live. Great to see you. In software sales, my husband to this day uses my short emails for account executive reps. Can you give us a synopsis of that? That would be great, Marie. I'd really appreciate it. If you want C-level executives, find out who they are and compliment them on an article, etc. It works. Yes. Yes, catering to the audience, you will always win. Thank you so much, Angie. It's great to see you. Tasha in the house. Booster on Twitch. Great to see you. Come on in, come on in. Make sure you share this out. Make sure you smash that like button. Amazon Live, great carousel of amazing products down there. And also, if you're watching or listening, don't forget, I've got a ton of amazing, budget-friendly products that I personally vouch for. Go to my Amazon shop, my Amazon storefront, amazon.com/shop/Professor Nez. You'll find everything you need, and it won't break the bank. Very budget friendly. Go there right now. Well, stick around. Don't go there right now. Stick around because it's going to get good. What problems can you solve for these brands? Another thing that I think is really powerful, because I know Angie can do this and a lot of other people can do this, is by understanding what the brands need and understanding ROI, and they really want to see what is the worth of partnering with you, is to really share dashboards. I call it dashboard confirmation. If you've got a dashboard of affiliate sales and you've been able to prove that you can convert an audience, That is really, really powerful. But Nez, you just said earlier you can do this with 0 subscribers. You can do this with 0 followers. What if I don't have a dashboard? Yes, you can still do this because it's all about how you pitch it to them. It's all about how you create, a very powerful idea. You are a media empire. You are a media mogul. If you've got a presence on these amazing platforms, like LinkedIn, like YouTube, like Facebook, you got to come like you're a media giant, okay? And so, yes, maybe you don't have all the subscribers, all the followers, which doesn't matter because it's all about engagement. It's the way that you convey. If you convey to them that I have a great committed idea that this is going to grow over time, if you fund that, okay, I promise you, it's how you pitch it. I promise you this is going to be beneficial to you. You're going to get leads, you're going to get customers, you're going to get conversions, and I'm going to leave it there even as my channel is growing exponentially over the next 36 months. It's how you position it. But if you do have dashboard confirmation, if you do have affiliate sales through maybe some of these ClickFunnels sites, or even at Amazon Associates, Walmart, Home Depot, whatever, any kind of affiliate dashboard, okay, maybe a hosting site or software as a service, a SaaS product that you've got proven. So for example, I have an Amazon Associates account. I also am a partner of StreamYard. And so I've got affiliate sales that I can use to prove to brands, hey, you're going to get a return. I know how to convert. My audience trusts me. It's valuable to you to partner with me. Know their language. Know what they want. Get into the habit of getting into the room with these people. John the Bomb is in the house. Look at that, John the Bomb. Doing big things. It's John the Bomb. I love it. So great to see you, John. Fantastic. I wouldn't say fake it till you make it, Angie. I know what you mean by that, and I know you're super smart and you don't mean it that way. I wouldn't say it's fake it till you make it. What I'm saying is that a lot of people just, they feel very timid and they feel very trepidatious about, like they have this imposter syndrome. Who am I? Who am I to ask Walmart for a deal? Who am I to ask Procter & Gamble? Who am I to ask Nike? Who am I to ask Nabisco for a brand deal? Why not? Why not? Okay, if you're somebody who has a presence on these platforms, I'm telling you right now, you have inherent value with or without an audience. You have value. And think about it. Charlie D'Amelio started with 0. Casey Neistat started with 0, right? Dude Perfect started with 0. Zach King started with 0. It's how you position it. It's how you communicate it. And if these brands understand that, man, we can get into a potential Casey Neistat, a potential, Charlie D'Amelio on before they get big, holy macadamia nut. It's how you position it. It's how you frame it. It's how you convey it. Know the language of these audiences. Understand what they want. And if you understand what they want, you can craft a powerful message that resonates. So we talked about purpose, knowing your worth. We talked about audience, knowing your audience, crafting a message. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. This is the good part. You want to stick around. We talked about high-level concepts. We got into nitty-gritty details. We got into some mindset issues, how to value yourself, how to flip the wig, flip your mindset on who you are, what you're worth. Let's get into details. Nez, how do you do it? I'm going to give you some sick, crazy tactics you're going to absolutely love. Don't go anywhere because it's going to really, really get gig. But before I do, I want to know, did you guys share this out? Did you guys smash that smash button, that thumbs up button? Did you share this on Facebook? Did you share this on your community tab? Did you share this on Twitter? Did you share this with your email list? You could share this with your email list too. How many people shared it? We would really appreciate it if you would share it. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Sharing is caring. Thank you so much. Angie, Angie says, have confidence in yourself. Approach it with, I'm already successful. The company needs me. Is that better? Yes. Flash says it never hurts to ask. Absolutely. Thank you, John. You're such a sweetheart. He says you're a beast. Thank you so much, John. Antoine, good to see you. By the way, don't forget, guys, stick around because I am going to answer your questions. This is still Nez Nation Live. If you're just joining us right now, you're watching How to Get Brand Deals in 2022. We do a live Q&A show every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You want to make sure you click subscribe and you want to become a Nez Nation Insider. This guarantees that you never miss out on the best information on planet Earth. Not Earth, Earth. The best information on how to leverage the creator economy, how to earn more money, doing something that makes your heart come out of your chest, that electrifies you with excitement. It's never been better. It's never been the best time than right now to start. This is the best time to start. I promise you, I'm living proof of this. I'm living proof of this. And I am not a large brand company or channel, whatever that means. Sharkfin, I'm so glad you're here, man. I just met Sharkfin recently, and he's just absolutely great. I'm live on YouTube as well, Marie. YouTube.com/Professor Nez, or just Google Professor Nez. My YouTube channel will come over there. Come on over, Marie. Really appreciate it. And don't forget to leave your questions in there. This is exactly what I do. Give me a hashtag yeah if you're ready for this. This is exactly what I do. And as a matter of fact, I think I should share a link to my media deck. Don't you guys think so? So one of the things that is really cool that you can do, that if you do have some leverage, if you do actually have, let's see here, I want to share a link to this. Hold on one second, change that. Okay. Yeah. Anyone? Okay. So what I want to do, oh no, I didn't want to do that. Let's see, share. Sorry about that. Okay, why is this not working? Really quickly, hold on. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to share my media deck, okay? And anybody who wants to check it out can check it out. I'm going to share my media deck right now. How many people know what or media kit? Sometimes it's called the media kit. It's sort of like a resume for content creators, okay? And that's one of the things. Let's get into the details. Let's get really cooking now. Creating a media deck just gives people an idea, and it's a way of showing the company or brand that you're professional. It produces authority. It communicates efficacy, ethos, credibility. And again, even if you're not even if you're just starting, from day one, I want you to download and save that media deck at Media Kit, because you're going to need to create one. I think you should create one. But you don't need that to start reaching out to brands right now. This is what I do. Once I understand who I am, I know my worth, and I understand that there's zero problems with asking, that asking is free, asking is easy, there's zero harm. The worst that can happen is they say no. I get told no 1,000,006 times a day, guys, and I'm one of the most successful people I know. I'm serious, and I don't have millions and trillions. I've got millions of views across multiple channels. But look, these companies actually, as a matter of fact, they would rather work with what's coined as micro-influencers. Why? Because they know it's not going to be super expensive, and they also know that we have targeted audiences. As you get bigger, as you get to millions of followers, which all of you guys are, every one of you is going to get there, I know it, especially this awesome Nez Nation audience bringing more humanness to this digitalness. That's our mantra here. All you guys are going to get there, but brands also consider Notary Socials. Good to see you. I didn't see you. Is that Margaret or is it Margie? Let me know your name. I want to say it right. No, I'm not on Clubhouse. I'm not on Clubhouse right now. No. And I've got some confirmation here from Seti. Seti says, I've got my media kit and it's been great. Absolutely. All these brands. So as you get bigger, as you get millions and millions of followers, guys, you have to understand something. The audiences get more diluted. And if you have a diluted audience and you work and you spend, let's say, six figures or maybe even $50,000 with a million following huge influencer, there's a very small guarantee or a small very expectation that they're going to reach the right people. And so it's sort of like throwing it out there and just seeing what sticks, right? Now, a smart creator who's got millions of followers, understands and wants to bring value, wants to, really understands that it's a mutual value exchange when you work with a brand. And you should think like this. Seti brought this up earlier. Don't think small or short term. Think long term. Don't just go in for the money. Don't just go in for the quick cash fix. Margie. Okay, great to see you, Margie. Thank you for being here. Notary Socials. I love that title, by the way. You're welcome, Antoine. Don't just go in for the quick cash fix. Okay, it's very, very important. And so, what you want to do is you want to really make sure that the brand or company is really aligned with your audience for two reasons. Number one, you shouldn't just want to get paid and get money and then say hasta la pasta. You want to really build a long-term relationship with these companies and brands. And so you want to make sure they're going to get value out of working with you. Think of it as you're selling a product. The product is advertising. The product is attention. It may not be something tangible like a physical product, but you're selling a product. If you're selling a product to a customer, do you want them to feel like they didn't get their money's worth? Do you want them to feel like, gosh, this product is like really low quality. It didn't do what I was hoping it was going to do. And I want a refund. You don't want that. You don't want bad reviews. You don't want companies having a bad taste in their mouth, right? So you want to work with companies. You want to work with brands that align with who you are, which Seti brought that up earlier, which I love, but also that you can bring value to them. You can help them make sure they get a return on their investment, okay? And so it should be a mutual value exchange, right? So pick your brands wisely. Understand what their product and service is and why your audience is a prime target for that. So that's number one. Number two, you don't want your audience seeing you as somebody who's really disconnected or somebody who's because they can smell it. I've said this on plenty of streams. Never underestimate your audience. Who's with me on that? Give me a hashtag. Yeah. Never, ever, ever underestimate your audience. Your audience can smell that cooking. Thank you, Marie. Marie says, I'm new to Amazon Live. Great to see you. Your audience can smell it cooking. If you're inauthentic, if you're just in it for, hey, we got a sponsor, or hey, and let's say you're like Angie, right? Let's say Angie, who's got an audience of people who are really interested in gardening, right? And if you've got let's say some online gambling site that you're promoting because they gave you a $10,000 check, which don't get me wrong, that's a nice, sweet chunk of change. Your gardening audience might be like, why is she, what? It's a little disconnect. I mean, they may be understanding and say, yeah, she needs the money to grow her business and keep giving away free content. That's fantastic. But if it's so disconnected from your audience, that is going to be a huge detriment because your audience is going to lose something that you'll never get back, which is their faith in you. If they lose their faith in you, it's game over. Hasta la pasta. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Oh, thank you, Seti. Yeah, we do have a Discord. Maybe one of my mods. I don't know why, Lewis. Why in the world are you not in our Discord, Lewis? That really pains me. But we do have an amazing Discord. Angie, I think I sent you an invite. You need to be on there. Marie, you need to get in our Discord. I'm going to share a link right now. And so you guys can, that's never going to expire. So I'm going to share this in the chat right now. Join our Discord. Join our Discord. For crying out loud, Lewis, you should be in there. Join our Discord. Whoops, I got to get back to Amazon Live. Okay, there we are. Welcome, Amazon Live. It's great to see you. Welcome to Nez Nation Live. Marie says, in sales, you want to make sure you listen to where your tech fits their tech stack, because when the other company's CFO will come back at you when the executive brought your tech left the company and they don't know what to do with it. It's a $500,000 loss. Thank you so much, Marie. You see this? You see this? When you come to a Nez Nation Live, you don't just get me, who's been in business for 3 decades, who's been in branding, communication, content creation forever. You get the greatest online community on planet Earth. You get content creators, podcasters, live streamers, business owners, personal brand, executives, professionals. It's the greatest community on planet Earth. So you got to get there. Lewis, it takes 2 seconds to sign up, man. Come on. I'm just teasing, man. Whenever you can do it, do it. That's fine. So join our Discord. We'd really, really appreciate it. Oh, finally, Angie's there. Well, hello, Angie. Angie, you should have been there 6 months ago. I'm just teasing. It's okay. Oh, look who's here in the house. Brendan Sparks. Ladies and gentlemen, Sparks fam in the house. Good to see you, Brendan. How are you, sir? Did you go live today or did you end it early because you knew you had to be over here? When are you going to change that time slot, man? I've had this time slot since 1875. Okay, here's how I do it. Who's ready to hear exactly my thing? I shared with you my media deck, okay? This is exactly what I do. So, I make a list of companies, okay? I make a list of brands whose products and services align with my audience. My audience are people who want to advance their career and grow their business, right? Any tool, product, or service that can help them do that, that can help them advance their career. So, for example, I've got a partnership with a company that is a more advanced tool for job search. It's a more advanced tool for reaching out to people on LinkedIn, right? And so this company has paid me to share that information, to share their products and services with my audience. It's a win-win. I get paid from the brand. They get the eyeballs in front of my audience. My audience can use that tool to streamline their ability to search for jobs. And so make a list. So that's why I say know your niche, know your brand, understand your value proposition. I know you guys have heard that, which if you don't know what value proposition means, it may sound like a fancy business term. It literally just means this. What is the value that you propose to give to your audience, the individual, the company, the organization, anything? Oh, okay, cool. I see how it is, BS. I see how it is, Sparks fam. I gotta stop really quickly because I have to give a big shout out. Brendan Sparks, my friend, I'm really stoked, man, that we have connected. And I just love his heart. I love his grit. I love his hustle. And he's doing it all for the right reasons, which is to serve. And so I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, and everybody should go subscribe. And by the way, congratulations, Brendan, on hitting 1,000 subscribers. Everybody give a round of applause for my man, Brendan Sparks. Yeah, I agree with you there, Angie. I'm going to leave that up. Love my Clubhouse family. You guys need to hang out with us and follow our club. Hang out with us on Clubhouse because we do host rooms all on growing your brand, growing your content, YouTube, creator hangout. I believe, feel free to plug this, Brendan. I've got the greatest hair in live streaming, don't I? I believe, Brendan, we've got a room going on tomorrow night, correct? Which I'm definitely going to be there. But I want to say a big congratulations to you, Brendan Sparks. Getting to 1,000 subscribers is not easy. That's really not easy. And by the way, did you know that less than 5% of channels get to 10,000 subscribers? So I'm telling you right now, that's a great, great feat. Typical Tyreek in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. So congratulations, man. I'm so proud of you. And everybody should go check out Brendan Sparks, hashtag SparkFam. Community. It's all about community. You know, if you're humble, you want to know how to get paid brand deals? Be a human being. You know, when I say that our mission statement here at Nez Nation is bringing more humanness to this digitalness, it's not a fancy phrase. It's not a funny phrase. It's a very serious phrase. The only way you're going to be successful in this life is if you have unceasing humility and you have a mission to serve. And don't look at that as a negative thing. Look at that as a positive thing. You want to build a business, you want to advance your career, you want to work in a company culture that's really thriving and aligns with your purpose. You want to make money doing something that you love, turning your passion into profits. Humility, service, community, giving, altruism. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. And Brendan, I'm so proud of you, man. And you're crushing it. We've got Angie here. We've got Anthony here. We've got Seti here. We got Lewis, Imad, typical Tyreek. I love it. Typical Tyreek has an interesting question. I'm going to get to that. Typical, leave that in the questionnaire for, and it's pinned. It's the pinned comment. I'm going to get to that. Stick around, but I have to. I've been delaying it too long. So this is what I do with my media deck. Good to see you, Brendan. I love it. With my media deck, I make a list of companies. I make a list of organizations. And by the way, this doesn't have to be Nike. This doesn't have to be Procter & Gamble. This doesn't have to be IBM. It doesn't have to be Apple. It doesn't have to be, Kellogg or Coca-Cola. You can make a list of companies and maybe even small businesses in your local area, the local pizza shop, the local dry cleaner, the local, food growers market, whatever, the local flower shop, whatever it is, and start making a list and start pitching them. Make sure they align with your brand. Make sure they align with your audience and start pitching them. And I would start with emails. You can get really saucy and go boots on the ground. If you want to, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And again, when I say go after it, I mean everything in your power. This is the blue collar way of getting brand deals. Go after these companies. Go communicate to them. Yeah. Marie on Amazon Live. Somebody go share. One of the mods, do you mind sharing on my Amazon Live? Do you mind sharing the link to the Discord on my Amazon Live? Thank you, Marie. I don't even know what the link is real fast. I want Marie in there. Do I have like a URL I can share? I don't even know. Somebody help me out and go share on my Amazon Live. I'd really appreciate it. Make a list of these companies, make a list of these organizations, okay? And then email them. And literally, this is all you're going to say, okay? In the subject line, I would put capital R-E. Let me see if I can do this as an example right now. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to actually see if I can share one that I've actually sent. Let me see if I can share one. Who wants to see that? Who wants to see an actual email that I send to brands? Who wants to see that? Give me a hashtag, yeah. Who wants to see that? Okay. So this is exactly what I sent, okay? And, I'm loving this. I'm actually loving, let me see if I can pop this out into a new window. Okay. This is exactly what I sent, okay? Hold on a second. Let me do this. I wasn't planning on doing this, but this is exactly what I sent, okay? I am going to screen share. I'm going to screen share. This is exactly what I sent to a brand that I'm in talks with. Here's another thing too. If you actually, okay, let's see, is that the right one? Yes, okay. That is the right one. Okay, this is what I wanted to share. Oh, cool. I love it. Can you guys see this? I hope you guys can see this. This is an actual email. Take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot of that. Here's another thing. If you're cool with people and you're humble with people and you understand how to build community and you're there for your friends, your creators, your colleagues, guess what? This is an email I sent to a brand, okay? What if Brendan or Angie or Lewis or Tasha or my man Shards of Gaming in the house, good to see you, says, hey, Nez, I just worked with this brand and they're interested in working with more creatives. Are you interested? They pay actually really well. Oh, cool. Or, hey, Angie, I noticed that you worked with this brand. They reached out to me and I want to see how much do they pay you? Are they pay well? Are they cool? This is why creating a community is amazing. Or, hey, Brendan, you know what? A brand reached out to me, but I'm actually busy with this other project. I gave them your information. I hope that's okay. That's how community works, guys. That's how it works. So check this out. So this is Kim. Okay, obviously I'm sharing very personal information. But look at this email. Look how easy this is. Hello, Kim. Happy Monday. I was referred to you by the founder to reach out and see about a potential partnership. I have a loyal, thriving audience on my YouTube and other channels, and it is the perfect demo for Squadcast. So the company is Squadcast. Would love to jump on a quick 6-minute chat if possible. Please let me know, and I'm also attaching my media deck so you can get a better scope on who we are and how we can help Squadcast. Now, I actually see a lot of mistakes in this email, but you want to talk about simplicity. Everybody take a screenshot of that. You want to talk about simplicity. You want to talk about keeping it short, keeping it sweet. First of all, conciseness is huge. You got to be concise. You're not writing an essay. You're not writing an essay. Yes, Marie says it works to keep it as short as possible. People don't have time. They have millions and millions of, well, not millions maybe, but they get a ton of requests, okay? You notice what I put in the subject line, by the way? You notice what I put in the subject line? You see that big capital R-E, regarding? And I've actually seen some people send emails with no subject line and actually expect a response. Are you kidding me? I mean, you guys, Nez Nation is a very sophisticated audience. You guys would never do that. I mean, you guys know the power of titles. Remember, your subject line is the equivalent of a thumbnail and title on YouTube. Think about that. Your subject line in the emails you send to brands is equivalent to your title of your blog, to the title of your video, to the title of your podcast, which ensnares attention. How can you not have a subject line? That's right. Look at Flash Fam. Flash Fam in the house. So I'm going to tell you how I found this contact, by the way, too. So here's an example, right? I would say this could even be shorter. Right? Instead of saying I have a loyal, thriving audience, I would say, even make this even shorter, okay? And you can't see it, but I also have, you can't actually see it, but attached is my media deck, okay? And so it's attached to the actual email, and I have a signature there, which takes them to my website. Have an email signature. Put your logo, put your brand logo in your email signature. It's vital. This is stuff they don't teach in school. It's crazy to me that they don't teach this in school. You want to communicate ethos. You want to communicate credibility. You want to communicate that you're the real thing, okay? And so make it very concise. Make it all about them. Why should they work with you? Why? And I love here's the best thing I love about this email is I would love to jump on a quick 6-minute chat if possible. You notice how I didn't say 5-minute, I didn't say 10-minute, I didn't say 15-minute. Why do you think I said 6-minute? It's just different. It's just unique. You can steal this. I don't care. Steal it. A 6-minute chat. Like, who doesn't have 6 minutes? Most people don't have 10 minutes. Most people don't have 15 minutes. I would say 99% of people don't have 20 or 30 minutes. But 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes? Say that. I would love to jump on a quick 3-minute call. just to go over, some details or just talk a little bit more in depthly about who we are. And by the way, it's not going to be a 6-minute call because like we know, every conversation grows, every conversation goes for longer. And if you do a good job of building rapport, I guarantee you that call is going to be 30 minutes anyway. But by saying, I value your time, actually, you're not saying that. By saying, I want to jump on a quick 6-minute call or 3-minute chat, you're essentially sending a powerful message by saying, I value your time. I know your time is limited. I don't want to take up too much of your time. And I'm here to serve you. And I'm aware of that. And I'm respectful and sensitive to that. These are huge details, y'all. Good job, Angie. Angie says, I'm working on my media deck. Fantastic. Thank you. Great to see you. Great to see you, Shards. Always, yes, Flash says it's a must. Seti says, as a channel with 250, I get so many emails that are generic. Yeah. And by the way, how many generic emails do you get from quote unquote brands? Marie says, I use 15 minutes. That always leads to an hour. Exactly. Thank you, Marie. Marie, what do you do? I'm curious. You sound like a great executive professional. What do you do? I'd love to know. So that's an example. Everybody got a screenshot of that? Everybody copy that? If you're watching this on the replay, if you're listening to this on the podcast, I'll leave a link to this in the show notes, okay? So make sure you check that out. Now, where do you find these brands, Nez? Well, like I said, you can make that list. Here's something I do too. When I'm checking out my YouTube videos or when I'm watching videos similar to mine or checking out doing my market research, here's something that's really interesting. Or when you're scrolling Instagram, all those advertisements that come up, all those ads that come up, those are potential partnerships. Those are potential brands, right? Or let's say you go to a competitor's website, or you go to a competitor's podcast, or you go to a competitor's, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Go check them out. You need to check them out. It's called market research. What are the ads that are popping up? Who is spending money with them? Who is willing to put their dollars to get in front, much, sacred and that's their money they're putting behind those ads. Why are they putting the money behind those ads? Because they believe that there's an audience there for their products and services. And so if you have an audience that aligns with a competitor, or you have an audience, or if they've actually or if maybe you're your ideal audience, right? Because like with Grow with Angie, Angie knows all about gardening. She's all about that, and her audience is all about that. So if she goes on YouTube or scrolls Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever, and she starts getting served ads, she might be the ideal target audience. And those ads are probably being served to her audience as well. And so if there's smart advertisers, if there's smart companies, which some of them aren't, but I would say generally speaking, most of them are, click on that Learn Now button. Click on their website, go to their Twitter, find out their LinkedIn page, and then go on their LinkedIn page. Like for example, look at this. I want this to be very detailed. So Squadcast, right? You saw that email, right? Let's see. Is this the right one? I think this is reliability, best of. I don't think that's it. Squadcast. I don't think. Was it Squadcast? Thought it was Squadcast, right? Squadcast. Okay, there might be another Squadcast. Let's see. So check this out, guys. Oh, there it is. Okay. So check this out. You want to go. So let's say you find the ad, you find the company. Watch this. Oh, this is so huge. Well, Super Dave in the house. Good to see you, Super Dave. So watch this. Go to LinkedIn. I'm sharing exactly what I do. This is exactly what I do when I get brand deals. That's their company page. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. That is their company page on LinkedIn. Okay, can you guys see that? Give me a hashtag yeah if you can see that. Good to see you. Good to see you, Super Dave. Good to see you. Go to their LinkedIn site. Okay, go to their LinkedIn page. You can also do this on Twitter too. You see where it says this is their company page. You see where it says 15 employees. Can everybody see that? Give me a hashtag yeah if you can see that. Good to see you, Tasha. Always great to see you. Okay, so then you click on employees. And then here's what I want you to do. You want to look for marketing, partnership manager, social media manager. You see me scrolling through? Look, you might have a next button there. Find out who is the one that you think would probably more than likely the person to reach out to. And if there is no marketing strategic partnership, then go for, this is a fairly new company. So I see Kim here, marketing professional, brand content and product. Okay. I also see here the founder. And so you could actually click on her. Let's just say we want to reach out. Look at this. I think this is exactly who I reached out to too. So Zach, yep, we're connected. You can see I have a message with him. Here's a message that I sent right here. Here's a message that just popped up that I sent to Zach from Squadcast. Can you guys see that right there? That's a message that I sent. So I sent him a message. Hey, thank you for the connection. Oh, that's him actually. Here's my message. Very simple, very direct. Check this out. Hey, Zach, thank you for the connection. Oh, no, wait. Here's my initial one. Hey, Zach, I really dig your product. Wanted to see if you wanted to partner with my YouTube channel that helps entrepreneurs build their personal brands. We have the perfect demo for you. I would love to send you my media kit and perhaps jump on a quick 6-minute chat. You see that right there? Very simple. That's how you do it. That's the blue collar way. Now, if you do that ad infinitum, if you do that over and over again, you're going to get 1,000 no's. But guys, Nez Nation, those 2 yeses are going to change your life. Because I know when I got my first brand deal, I could not believe. Let me know if you understand this feeling. I could not believe how exciting it was. I mean, I'm going to cry right now. Somebody wants to pay me for doing something that I'd probably do for free, that I am doing for free. Somebody's going to pay me for my content. They're going to pay me for my brand. They're going to pay me for my media output. They're going to pay me for my live stream, my podcast, my video, my YouTube channel. And guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you do that ad infinitum, make a list of companies and brands, local, global, national, regional, right? Maybe not international, unless you've got an international audience. You never know what could happen if you just ask. There's zero downside to reaching out. This is the blue collar way of getting brand deals. There's so much upside and 0 downside. And again, like I said earlier, hearing no's is a good thing because you're building those muscles. Just getting into the room, getting into a conversation and still hearing a no is a good thing. Building those skills, building the art of negotiation. The learning curve gets shorter. It starts to shrink. It's not steep anymore. You're getting better at the art of communicating your purpose. That is invaluable for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. So I also do this on Twitter too, just really quickly. Give me a hashtag yeah. Actually, you know what? Give me a hashtag NezNation if you're getting tons of value from this. Marie says, I just left a couple of startups after a couple years. And the other as a chief adoption officer. One is being bought. Oh, cool. My husband has been an executive at enterprise software for around 50. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Marie. I'm Professor Nez on LinkedIn. I'm also an investor in startups with multiple industries. One is a gin company. Oh, that's so cool. Marie, we need to work together. Marie, you and I need to work together. I want you to connect with me on LinkedIn. And by the way, feel free to email me too. If you do want to work with me, feel free to email me. Nez@professornez.com. I do coaching, consultations. I help brands. I help businesses, personal branding strategy, content strategy, getting the word out there, lead generation, everything you need. Okay. I also do brand deals and partnerships. If you're interested in that, send me an email, nez@professornez.com. I would love to work with you. And actually, if you go to my website, you'll find all sorts of services as well. How many people have actually sent out, how many people are saying Nez Nation? Fantastic. Thank you so much, Brendan. I love it. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Sharkfin. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Lewis. I really appreciate you guys. How many people have used similar tactics and seen success? I'd love to hear your stories. Leave some stories about some similar tactics and getting success. Oh, by the way, too, buy me a coffee. You know, you want to talk about dashboard confirmation in this creator economy. Let's say you maybe you're not ready to start reaching out, which you should start yesterday to reach out to brands. But let's just say for argument's sake, you're like, you know what, brand deals, not for me. I would rather earn through memberships. I'd rather earn through affiliates. I'd rather earn through support, super thanks, etc. Buy me a coffee is sort of like Patreon. It's sort of like super thanks or a super chat. If you can really communicate to your audience and really give them unceasing value and they feel compelled to support you by buying you a coffee, which actually, by the way, you can buy me a coffee too. If you just go to buymeacoffee.com/Professor Nez, that's another way to prove and using the language of the brands by communicating that dashboard, wizardry. Okay. That's a great way of communicating that efficacy. Like I said, very, very powerful. I'm so excited. So another thing that I do on Twitter, right? So sometimes if I get those, am I still screen sharing? No, I'm not. So another thing that I do on is I use Twitter as well. And you can do this on Instagram too. Instagram DMs are very powerful as well. But I'll also send out a public tweet. Okay, on my Twitter to a brand, to a company, and say, hey, do you mind putting me in contact with your marketing coordinator or director? Thank you kindly. I'll at them in a public tweet. Now, you can also DM them, but here's a trick. When you DM them, they get so many DMs that, there's a really good probability that it's going to get lost in the DM kind of vortex. By publicly adding them on Twitter, most companies and brands, especially if you do your research and you really target the right brands, remember, your brand needs to align with your company. It's a mutual value exchange, right? They pay attention to their Twitter feed. Everybody does. Twitter's, to me, in some ways, bigger than Facebook now, especially for businesses and brands. I think LinkedIn is sort of the number one sort of business hub where companies and organizations do their communications and connecting and networking. It's very B2B, but Twitter is up there as well. Like Twitter is right up there. And so adding a company on Twitter and just saying, hey, I would love it if I could, and you could even say something like, love your product or love your company or whatever, but I just keep it simple. I would say, hey, I would love it if you wouldn't mind putting me in contact with your marketing director. Thank you. That's it. 9 out of 10 times I get a DM 24 hours, maybe a couple of days later, saying, hey, talk to Lewis. Hey, talk to Joe. Hey, talk to Stacy. This is her email. I'm telling you, it works. Get into the conversation. Get into the room. It's okay to hear no. You're just starting out. You're just engaging. Go after it. This is the blue collar way of getting brand deals. And I've got multiple brand deals this way, and I've got a few in the works. Did I say something about giveaways at the beginning of this podcast live stream? Did anybody hear me say that? I don't think I said that. Did I say that? I don't think I said that. I didn't say anything about giveaways, did I? Hey, Stella's in the house. Good to see you, Stella from Go Fish Office. I'm going to be an honored guest. of Stella's. We're going to get to the live Q&A too, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get to the live Q&A. As a matter of fact, we're going to get into it right now. Good to see you, Stella. Always a pleasure to see you. Let's see here. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, giveaways. So you guys want to stick around, okay? you guys want to make sure that you're an Nez Nation insider. I mean, you can subscribe to the channel. That's fine. But I would highly recommend that you become a Nez Nation insider. And I'll just be honest with you. It's a newsletter, right? I'm going to get your email, but you're going to get the best information on planet Earth about growing your impact and income online, period. So if you want to make more money, if you want to advance your career, you want to grow your business and brand, this is the best place to be, right? So yes, that's right. On the 28th, I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you so much. So make sure you go subscribe to Stella, and make sure you mark that on your calendar, the 28th of October. I can't remember what time, but that's going to be a blast. Yes, Anthony says he got my email. Thank you so much, Anthony. I appreciate that. So this is how you're going to always be in the loop. So make sure you become a Nez Nation insider. We've got massive giveaways coming soon. I have to announce this. I mean, it's just going to be huge. I'm partnering with an amazing brand that is actually going to fund these giveaways. And so if you want to be included in these amazing prize giveaways that we've got coming up over the next couple of weeks, I mean, before November, okay, by the end of October, we're going to be giving away thousands of dollars worth of prizes and giveaways. So you guys got to make sure you stick around. You got to make sure you become a Nez Nation insider. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. Follow us. Hit that follow. Hit that subscribe button. Holy macadamian nut. It's going to be phenomenal. So make sure that you're here. Make sure that you're a Nez Nation insider. I'd really appreciate it. And I can't wait to give this stuff away for you guys. You're going to love it. All right. So we covered how to get paid brand deals in 2022. I'm sure there's a couple of things that we didn't leave out, but the real power here, guys, the real kind of crux of what I'm trying to tell you is this. You're not too small. You are creating value in this online ecosystem. Most of you are on platforms that have huge reach, that have huge credibility. The only thing stopping you is the dude inside your head who says you're too small. Understand your worth. Know your value. Don't just take the quick fix. Don't just take the quick cash. Think long-term. Think business. Think mutual value exchange with the company and yourself. Know your worth. Negotiate respectfully, but do not denigrate yourself and don't lower your standards. And the most important thing, you got to go after it. You have to go after it. You have to be proactive. Go approach 100 brands. You may get 97.8 no's. I don't know where the 0.8 come from. You may get 97.8 no's, but those 2 yeses could change your life. I'm living proof of this. Could change your life. You're not going to be successful if you sit back and pray and hope. You have to be proactive. You need to own your platform. You need to take ownership of your life and success. And so hopefully you got a ton of value. Hopefully you got a lot of great information. Give me a hashtag yeah if you got a ton of great value, a ton of great information. Let's get into some questions. And I'm only going to do a couple here. And by the way, even if you're watching, listening on the replay, you can still leave your question in that questionnaire form. It's first come, first serve. You guys know we go live every single week. So it's first come, first serve. Okay. So let's get into some questions. So this question comes from Antoine. Antoine says, I see now why you said build your own brand, because each platform has their own rules and agendas. How can you promote your own brand on different platforms while being compliant? Great question. Oh man, I need to bring this up. Man, Antoine, I'm so proud of you, man. See, just the fact that you're asking these questions shows me you're the real deal and shows me that you care. Thank you, Flash. I'm glad Flash is still here. So I'm going to bring this question up. I love this question from Antoine. This question right here. Love this question. So most platforms have no problem with you, especially YouTube. You know, if you have a Facebook business page, of course, these platforms want their audiences to stick around. They want them to stay on the platform, right? Of course they do. But they also understand that you need to run a business. And if you do it in a way that is intentional and you do it in a way that is not spammy and not, obvious that you're in it just to kind of manipulate them and take advantage and just get their email and send them spammy emails all the time. If you do it in a way that's intentional and meaningful and you just ask, remember how I said the power of asking? You'll be fine. Okay, you'll be fine. Like going around into other people's videos or leaving comments on other people's posts on LinkedIn, say, hey, join my email newsletter. That's spam. That's not compliant. But if you do it on your own platforms and you do it with intention, with meaning, and you really convey why it's in their best interest, you see why I said that this applies to everything, brand deals, customers, audience, everything. If you actually do it with meaning, intention, and authenticity, you're going to be compliant. The reason I want you guys to become an Ez Nation Insider is because I need to practice what I preach. I preach to you guys that building your own IP is essential. As much as I love YouTube, as much as I love these platforms, LinkedIn, podcasting, they're other people's property. And so building your own IP, and audience is the leverage. Don't get it twisted. YouTube would not exist without us. Facebook would not exist without us. LinkedIn would not exist without us. Podcasting, Spotify, Apple, Google, they would not exist without us. And so the audience is the leverage. So building and having access to that IP, your own email list, you have that for life. That's your own property, your own website. It's extremely important. You need to understand this. I didn't know this when I first started. I thought, and by the way, not only, are you renting, on somebody else's property, but like you said, you just brought up a really great point. The policies, the algorithms, the guidelines, you're at their behest. Okay. You're at their mercy. I don't want you to be at their mercy. God forbid, and this is not going to happen, knock on wood. God forbid YouTube, a perfect example. Oh my God. How many people remember the Facebook shutdown just a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago? When was that? Where Facebook completely shut down. Businesses, went upside down, right? They couldn't reach their customers. They couldn't reach their audiences. Content creators were losing massive amounts of ad revenue. Think about that. You had no control over that. You're at the mercy of these platforms. But if you've got your own IP, if you build your own email list, if you build access, a bridge to your audience, you have control. You have control. And as a content creator, as a business owner, you want to have control over your own IP. It's very, very important. I love the way you asked that. Thank you so much, Antoine. Really, really appreciate that. Okay, typical Tyreek, are you still here? Give me a hashtag yeah. If you're getting insane value, give me a hashtag yeah. If you haven't already followed, make sure you follow. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't already become a Ez Nation Insider, go do that right now. You can still listen to us in the background. Go do that right now. Podcast listeners, replay viewers, it's in the show notes. It's in the description. Is typical Tyreek still here? My man T squared. Whoops, I got to copy his question. Hold on a second here. Let me copy his question. Typical Tyreek. This is the last question we're going to take. And then I'm going to do a brief announcement and then we're going to get out of here. So typical Tyreek asks, I hope he's still here. Thoughts on the community tab being available and accessible to content creators with over 500 subs. Isn't it under 500 subs or is it over 500 subs? First of all, I think it's phenomenal. I think it's phenomenal. I think that it's probably the most underutilized feature on YouTube is the community tab, which is shocking to me. I don't know why it's the most underutilized feature on the community on YouTube. Your community tab is huge. It's just like any social media post. It's just like an Instagram post. It's just like a Twitter tweet. It's just like a Facebook post, a LinkedIn post. The community tab is huge. And here's another thing you need to know about the community tab. It just doesn't go to your audience. There's an algorithm for the community tab. How many people have seen community posts from channels you're not subscribed to? Give me a 1 in the chat right now. Give me a 1. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen a community post from somebody, from a channel that you're not subscribed to. Oh, it is 500 subs. Okay, Angie. Angie, you're almost there. You've got to be almost there, right? Look at that. Look at all those ones. Hey, look who's here. Trekking Pals. Good to see. No, it's actually, they just changed it. They just changed it to 500 subs. They just changed. And from what I understand, yeah, thank you, Angie. From what I understand, good to see you, Trekking Pals. I love your Instagram content. I don't always comment, but Trekking Pals is an awesome vlog, travel, lifestyle channel. You're amazing. You're phenomenal. I just want you to know that. I really appreciate your content. You and your husband are crushing it. Good for you. Take advantage of the community tab, y'all. Take advantage of the community tab. It's huge. Huge. It's a great way to build new audiences. It has its own algorithm, as well as the community tab is a great way to introduce new audiences to your old content. I mean, I fill my community tab. I schedule out posts sometimes 5, 6, 2, weeks ahead. Fill your community tab, especially if you've got over, 500 uploads like I do. I've got videos that my new audiences don't even have no clue about. Nice. Lewis says he just got access. Nice. Don't worry about it, Anthony. It's not about subs. Don't worry about it, Anthony. You'll get there. Keep working. Everybody started with 0. Everybody started with 0. Do not compare yourself to other channels. Do not compare yourself to these larger brands, these larger creators. They've been doing it for years and years and years. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. Okay? I mean, seriously, probably 5 years. I don't know what I was doing when I first started. Maybe seriously for the last 3, 4 years, to be honest. 2020, I really stepped up my game. Do not compare yourself. It's not about subscribers anyway. There are brands who want to work with you even if you have less than 1,000 subscribers, because they know those 500, 400, 300, 600 people are highly targeted. Highly targeted. So don't ever undervalue yourself. Don't compare yourself. The comparison game, somebody said it, I can't remember. Comparison is the theft of joy. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Okay. I hope you got a ton of value. Don't forget, guys, we've got a huge things lined up on the Nez Nation show, on the Nez Nation platform. Make sure you become a Nez Nation. Go sign up right now. Make sure you, it's just 2 questions. You can put in your email and you'll never miss out on anything. This is the ultimate channel on helping you earn more, grow faster, and stress less in this creator economy. This is what it's all about. I'm living proof of this. I've been able to build multiple streams of revenue, do this full time, and I am not a 1 million follower, even 100,000, even an 80,000 follower channel. So you can do this too. And it is my mission to help and inspire you every single week. Every single week, new videos, new live streams, bringing on expert guests. So if you're interested in that, if you're interested in growing your impact and income, making more money, turning your passion to profits, advancing your career, maybe growing and starting your own content platform, online business, selling products, selling services, getting sponsorships, getting paid for your content in this creator economy, you're in the right place. I would say it is in your best interest to subscribe. I don't want you to subscribe if that's not in your best interest. I don't want you to follow if you're not interested in those things. I only want you to subscribe. I only want you to be a part of this community if those are things that interest you. I'm here to serve you. And leave in that questionnaire form, leave your questions. There's a pinned questionnaire form. It's going to be first come, first serve. It takes you 2 seconds. Just leave your question there and you'll get your question answered on next week's show. Hey, Eider, good to see you. Oh, this is a good question. Eider, do me a huge favor. I will answer this first on next week's show. Please leave that in the questionnaire form. It's pinned in the comments. Please, Eider, leave that in there. I will answer that question first on next week's show. Thank you so much, Brendan. You're right, Stella. That's it. Yep, I love it, Anthony. That's why I'm glad you're a part of this too. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Amazon Live. Go check out that carousel of products if you're interested. As always, I get your emails, I get your DMs all the time. Nez, what microphone, what lighting, what camera, what software? Go to my Amazon storefront. Go to amazon.com/shop/Professor Nez. Or if you just Google Professor Nez, I think my Amazon store is on the first or second page. Eider, I love your question. Leave it in the questionnaire form. I will definitely answer it first next week. Please do that. So proud of you guys. I hope you got a ton of value on today's show. It really, really means the world to me. I love hanging out with y'all, and it just means the world to me. I get so pumped up hanging out with you guys every single week. Oh, Angie, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for the $3.99 super sticker. Angie, you're the best. And it's so cool. My Clubhouse family, Brendan, Anthony, Tasha, there's too many to mention. Angie, obviously, there's so many people, Marnay, this Clubhouse fam. I'm just so grateful for you guys and this Nez Nation crew. Flash fam, great to see you. It's just awesome to I truly believe this, that all ships rise with the tide. This is why building a community is so essential. That when you really, really care and you really find people who have like-minded and you follow each other, hang out with each other, support each other through your journey, we're all going to make it, y'all. We're in this together. I'm taking all of y'all to the top. I'm taking all of y'all with me. We're all going to do it. We're all going to do this. We're all going to thrive in the creator economy. The future is bright, y'all. The future is insanely bright because, not only because you guys are beyond awesome, this is just starting. This is just the beginning. Like these platforms, this creator economy, this is just the tip of the iceberg, y'all. I'm taking all of y'all with me. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have fun. I'm going to bring you the best information, the best tips, the best strategies, easy to understand, simple, step-by-step, every single week, brand new content, helping you thrive, helping you make more money, helping you grow in this creator economy, advance your career and grow your content creating business, your side hustle, your online business. Let's go. Let's go. Love it. On behalf of the entire Nez Nation family, it is I, your host, wishing you the best week possible. Leave in the comments after this broadcast. Let me know what you thought of the show. Let me know if there's other questions. The pinned questionnaire form is there for you. I want to hear from you. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you guys next time.